Hey everyone, I'm Fred Ranger and I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying creative and I hope you're staying healthy. I haven't been posting a lot on this channel here on YouTube, and there are a couple of reasons for that. So before we dive into the 5 reasons why you should definitely buy this little guy here, the X-T4, I want to update you on a couple of things that are going on with me and the content I'm producing. If you are interested in going straight to the content about the X-T4, I'll put a timestamp down below so you can go there. But for those who are following me and interacting on multiple platforms, Instagram, here on YouTube, and so on and so forth, or my email newsletter, I want to tell you that there are some pretty interesting things going on right now. As an example, I am now the host of Fuji Love Conversations. This is a tremendous honor for me to be able to contribute to the amazing Fuji Love community that Tomasz and team have built over the years. I'm always really thankful when I can contribute to adding value to people's life, and I really feel like I do in this show that I now host on their YouTube channel. So I invite you to go click on the link down below. I'll put a link directly to the Fuji Love Conversations playlist on their YouTube channel, and this is where I talk to photographers like Taki Kayo, Pally Schultz, Valerie Jardin, and we just uploaded Joe Allen conversation. Very interesting. We talk about creativity. We get to know those photographers on a personal level. I mean, most of them you know because they talk about either gear or creativity, but you never know how they came to be the photographer that they are, the creator that they are today. So I'm, again, honored to talk to these people, and we have so many cool interviews coming up very shortly. So please go subscribe to the Fuji Love channel down below. Second update. We've decided to create and to co-found a chapter of Beers and Camera right here in Montreal. So if you're familiar with the concept, they've also built an amazing community of beer lovers and camera lovers in the US and in other regions around the world. And now we are starting our own Beers and Camera here in Montreal. What is Beer and Camera? Very simply, it's meetups of people who are passionate about photography, just like myself, yourself. So please do me a favor and Cyber Mike a favor and go down there, click on that Instagram feed. We're just starting the movement here in Montreal, so it would be an honor if you could follow us, join the community, and also join our meetups as soon as we can actually meet up when this whole COVID thing is over. We are going to organize a first meetup in a secret location for now, but we have some good news. We found an actual location where we could hold those meetings or those meetups. So very exciting time. So that explains why I haven't been posting a lot on this channel. So with all those updates out of the way, let's get into the top 5 reasons why you should buy the X-T4 and 3 reasons why you might actually just want to hold on to your X-T3. Let's roll that intro. Okay, so you are considering buying an X-T4, but you're debating on if you should get the good, very still good today, X-T3 or the 4. Well, I've got, 5 reasons why it'll be a little bit easier for you, and I'm looking here because I have some notes why you want to consider the X-T4. First reason, Flippy Screen. That is something that the Fujifilm community have been asking for so long, and now you do have the ability, just like on a Canon or just like on a Sony, the new one, or just like a Panasonic that have been doing that for years actually. You can flip the screen, you can see yourself when you are either vlogging, taking a selfie. It is a bit weird though. I've been using this camera for several weeks to about, I think it's 2 months now, and sometimes it's weird because I'm so used to the angle of the X-T4 and all the X series in terms of the screen, but you're gonna get used to it. And if you do a bit of video with your camera, definitely you're gonna appreciate the Flippy Screen. So that's the first reason why you should consider the X-T4 over the X-T3. Second reason, it is the movie mode that is separate from the photography mode. So that for me is a game changer. It might sound like a little thing for you, it's just a little button right here, but it does more than just flipping from photo to video very rapidly. It also stores your settings for photography that are different than videography. And that, my friends, is definitely something that you will like, because in this camera here, I was actually able to do kind of a similar thing, but I had to use the silent movie control in order to do that. And I had to use the screen to go onto my video modes and change my video without changing the photography stuff. If not, you're stuck with having photography and videography settings, whereas here you can store one set of settings for video and one set of settings for stills. So for me, this is definitely a game changer in the X-T4 and very different from the X-T3. The third thing is this guy here is now a respectable battery life, and this is not something that Fuji has been praised for in terms of battery life in their X-T3, X-T2, X-H1 that I'm filming on right now. Let's just say that this was most needed, and finally they've created a battery. I mean, I get around 500 shots with this camera right here, and when I do video and I shoot 4K, it gets me that, about an hour 30 minutes, depending on what I'm shooting and if I use IBIS a lot. But again, the battery life for me is also a game changer, and you should definitely consider that in your decision-making process. The fourth reason is about the IBIS. And yes, it's not perfect. It's not Panasonic GH5. And I don't know what the guys at Panasonic did. Was it 3-4 years ago when they created the IBIS? It's just pure magic. This here is acceptable. I mean, you will get some wobbliness when you do a pan and so on and so forth, but it is more than enough for someone who just wants to take some handheld shot, slow movement. I found myself using less and less the gimbal. Actually, I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere in all this gear. But right now, the Fujifilm X-T4 has a very decent IBIS, and we can only see it grow and evolve and get better with firmware update. We know they can play with the IBIS because we did it with the X-H1. So IBIS is definitely something you want to consider when you buy the X-T4. And the fifth reason why you might want to consider the X-T4 over the X-T3, again, might not sound like a big deal for some people out there, but the grip has been improved. If you have big hands like mine, you will appreciate the extra real estate to put your pinky down there, and your hand will feel less tired than trying to hold on to the X-T3, where my pinky actually don't know where to rest. So for me, it is a big improvement and a factor when it came to deciding to upgrade or to add the X-T4 to my arsenal of Fujifilm cameras. So those are the 5 reasons. There might not be your reasons, there might not be the ultimate reasons, but I think it's something you should consider when you are making your decision. But now, let's go to the reasons why you might want to put a hold on that and just go for the still very capable X-T3. Here's 3 reasons why. First one, it has the same exact image quality than the X-T4. As a matter of fact, that X-Trans 4 sensor is actually the same exact sensor that you find in your new X-T4. So image quality, you won't see any difference. It is the same sensor in both cameras. The second reason why you should maybe consider the X-T3 in terms of your next camera or getting an extra camera in your arsenal is that IBIS becomes almost irrelevant when it's daylight. So if you are a street photographer that likes to shoot in daylight, that you're not actually doing a lot of handheld video also, well, this camera, don't forget that there are some lenses like this 18 to 55 that has the stabilization built into the lens. So it's not that you cannot get any stabilization with this system. But again, it becomes a bit irrelevant if you are a daylight shooter and you go out on the street and it's sunny and you don't rely on something like IBIS to get slower shutter speed. So this is something you should consider. And the last one is a bit of an odd one, but doesn't have to do with the X-T3, doesn't have to do with the X-T4, but I am filming on a camera that came out in 2018. So this is 2 years ago, and usually camera cycles, 2-3 years for Fujifilm. we might see an XH2 out there coming out shortly. And for me, I would definitely consider that also. I'm not saying that this is something that will happen. I don't have any information or insider information. I do work with Fujifilm from time to time to review some product, but on this one, I would love to see an XH2 because I love everything about this camera. The grip, the actual feel, the fact that you can do some very cool video stuff, and I just like the form factor. So if you are listening to me, Fujifilm, you should definitely give us a wink wink, because some people are considering the X-T4 for some reasons, the X-T3 for other reasons. But if you came out with an XH2, kind of the ultimate video camera for us YouTubers and videographers, we should definitely put that in our consideration bag. So those are my 5 reasons why you should get this guy, and 3 reasons why you might want to actually hold on to this one or get an X-T3, because you can get those X-T3s pretty cheaply in brackets on the used market right now. Some people want to sell it and get this one. So you should consider also looking at the XH1, because right now there are some incredible deals in the used market for XH1 with the battery grip and all the shebang for a very attractive price. Those are my reasons. If you have any questions, please ask them down below. And if you want to interact with me, I am Fred Ranger on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and any other platform you can think about. I'm probably Fred Ranger on it. So if you want to connect with me, don't forget Fuji Love Conversations. Also, go watch that. And also our new Beers and Cameras meetup that are coming up shortly. You will be the first one informed. Thank you so much. Be happy, enjoy life, and enjoy your whatever XT camera. Cheers.